Have you ever wondered why some individuals find it incredibly difficult to leave harmful or abusive relationships? The answer often lies in a psychological phenomenon known as trauma bonding. Today, we journey through the 7 stages of trauma bonding, shedding light on this complex process. Stage 1 is the love bombing phase. This is where everything seems like a fairy tale. The bond former, often an abuser, showers the bond receiver with affection, attention, and grand gestures, creating a sense of euphoria and intense connection. This stage is the foundation of the trauma bond, setting up a powerful emotional hook. Moving on to stage 2, the Devalue Stage. Here, the bond former starts showing their true colors. They begin to subtly criticize, belittle, and devalue the bond receiver, leaving them confused and questioning their self-worth. This stage is marked by increasing emotional abuse. Stage 3 is the discarding stage. The bond former abandons the bond receiver emotionally, physically, or both. The bond receiver feels rejected, abandoned, and may even blame themselves. This stage deepens the emotional wound, strengthening the trauma bond. The 4th stage is known as the Hoovering Stage. Named after the vacuum cleaner brand, this stage is about the bond former attempting to suck the bond receiver back into the relationship. They use manipulation tactics, apologies, and promises to change, preying on the bond receiver's vulnerability and hope for a better relationship. Next, we arrive at stage 5, the trauma bonding stage. The bond receiver is now stuck in a cycle of abuse, hope, and reconciliation. They become emotionally dependent on the bond former. Despite the pain and abuse, they find it incredibly difficult to leave the relationship. The 6th stage is the Normalization Stage. The bond receiver starts to normalize the abuse. They begin to see the cycle of love bombing, devaluation, discarding, and hoovering as a normal part of their relationship. This stage is particularly dangerous as it can lead to long-term emotional damage. Finally, stage 7, the breaking free stage. This is the point where the bond receiver recognizes the abuse and manipulation and decides to break free from the bond. This stage is challenging and requires support from friends, family, or professionals. In summary, trauma bonding is a complex process that begins with love bombing, followed by devaluation and discarding. The bond former then uses hoovering tactics to keep the bond receiver trapped in the relationship. The bond receiver normalizes the abuse and becomes emotionally dependent on the bond former. The final stage is breaking free from the bond, a difficult but necessary step towards healing and recovery. Remember, understanding trauma bonding is the first step towards breaking free from it. If you or someone you know is trapped in a trauma bond, seek professional help. Healing is possible, and a healthier life awaits beyond the trauma bond. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share.